Hello Internet. Here's a quick little video to show some of my thought process behind a project I recently did. Typically I work in a sketchbook. These sketchbooks are filled with daily exercises, notes and sketches. And here is the first kick at the can. The theme for this project was to imagine the perfect city and to depict it in a single image. So I'm just using grayscale markers to begin the drawing, some rather abstract forms to create the look of a skyline. Around this time I'm thinking, well, what makes up a perfect city? So I started to focus on GreenSpaces. The idea I had was to have buildings pushing up landscape. So here we have typical building materials, glass and just rock and all that sort of stuff, all being topped off with landscape, so foliage and that sort of thing. So here's a color rough of the same thing. I'm using curved linear perspective to distort the image, but keeping in mind the timeline, I thought maybe what I'd have to do is end up going in and cropping a chunk out of this and just focusing in on a bit of it. So that was the idea there. Below it's more sort of elevation view, but I thought it tended to flatten it out, so that didn't go very far. Here's sort of a punched in view. Again, I thought maybe me even going a little closer so we don't have the curvature of the earth in the background. I also worked at some plan views of how, to make it a walkable city, because I thought that was really important. So we have pathways for people to walk and cycle, as well as roadways for cars and parks and all that kind of stuff. This little sketch here is just to serve as a reminder that I want to make sure I maintain the form, so I'm using three values. Light side is light color, middle tone, and a shadow side. So next I'm going to move on to digitally coloring this, so kind of repeating a lot of the same here. This is all happening on iPad using Sketchbook Pro. I lay down my curved linear grid and start blocking out some shapes that are going to be the buildings. Here I'm dead coloring the shadow side with a violet color, and next I'm going to add a yellow glaze over top, or a wash. This sort of sets the key of the painting. I want it to be a warm light, so this color will influence my glazes over top. There I'm just putting in some simple washes over top of the light side and the shadow side, and I'm getting sort of a 2-for-1 deal on my wash color-wise. There I'm just putting in a little more additional shadows and some highlights. Now I'm blocking in the green tops, and I'll just do a rough pass to make that look a bit like foliage. That is, for the most part, what I did to generate this image, which was my final submittal drawing that I sent in. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see the time-lapse of the whole painting, you can click the link below. Thanks. Bye.